Hey Stella, who do you want to get into Smash?
You imbecile. I am a dog. Why the f would I care who gets into Smash?
Oh, Banjo-Kazooie, brilliant choice.
Hey Lucas, who do you want in Smash?
Scooby-Doo.
Banjo-Kazooie, great choice.
You know what? I'm just happy he didn't say Shaggy.
Hey Rebecca, who do you want in Smash?
Probably Banjo-Kazooie.
Wait, did you just say Banjo-Kazooie? Oh, I'd much rather have Master Chief.
I remember this getting announced and thinking to myself, wow, the possibilities are limitless. They just put a piranha plant in Smash. But I think we need to rewind for a second. Oh I think we went too far. Okay, fast forward, let's get out of here.
Time for a special announcement!
That's right, back in the glory days of Smash 4, the first character that was announced as DLC was Mewtwo. And at the time, it was a mind-blowing concept that Nintendo was implementing DLC into Smash. We were then followed up by another 6 characters, and those characters were Lucas, Roy, Ryu, Cloud, Corrin, and Bayonetta. And on top of that, we got 9 new stages, and so many new Mii costumes. But Professor Ultimate, how much did all this DLC cost? You got the prices there? Alright, let's compare that to how much the actual games cost. Now here's what's ridiculous, the DLC for both versions of the game cost $41.93. Now, let's go over to the 3DS. That costs $39.99, so the DLC cost more than the entire 3DS game. DLC was, needless to say, overpriced. It costs too much. The fact that it costs more than the 3DS game for both versions is ridiculous. But let's jump to Ultimate and see if they got it right. This is the Fighter's Pass, the way that DLC is being handled in Smash Ultimate. This means that DLC contains 5 fighters, 5 stages, and music that corresponds to each fighter. What's interesting about this is that only one of these fighters is known, and the other 4 are complete mysteries. We've already been given Piranha Plant, who isn't even part of the pack, and Joker, who is the only known member of this pack, and even that, we've only seen Joker's character model. The pricing for this pack is still mediocre in my opinion, especially because we have absolutely no idea who we're getting, and even comparing it to the game's price, it still seems pretty unfair, considering how many characters are already in Smash Ultimate. But to be fair, we were advised only to buy it if we're confident in its value. But I guess this poses the question of, who are the other 4 characters? I have a few theories on who will make it to the roster. I suppose you're wondering what I mean when I say first-party termination. Well, Smash was originally just supposed to be the first-party Nintendo characters brawling it out, but throughout Smash's lifespan, it is extremely obvious that this has changed. I mean, everybody still beats the shit out of each other, but third-party characters now. In Brawl, we were introduced to third-party characters, but there were only 2, and those were Snake and Sonic. In Smash 4, there were 6 third-party characters, those being Mega Man, Pac-Man, Sonic, Ryu, Cloud, and Bayonetta. And then, there's Smash Ultimate. In Smash Ultimate, there are 11 third-party characters and still counting. The new third-party characters consist of Ken, Simon, Richter, and of course, Joker. I guess the question is now, who are the other third-party characters? Everybody get a chance to read that? Good, let's move on to the next one. It doesn't stop there, just wait until you see this next one. There's gonna be Microsoft representation on Smash Ultimate. Due to Microsoft and Nintendo forming a very buddy-buddy relationship, I think we may have a Microsoft representative on our hands. But who? I think it may be these 3 characters, but I actually think it comes down to 2. I'll explain Master Chief's situation later. So why Steve? Well, Minecraft has managed to find a home on Nintendo Switch for one thing, but Minecraft also happens to be the 2nd best-selling game in the world, selling over 154 million copies. Steve's an extremely popular character, and it would actually be a very beneficial way to market the DLC, and maybe even bring a new target audience. Steve is definitely a meme character, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets in. Now I think it's time to talk about Banjo-Kazooie, a character who I think is a guarantee at this point. Keep in mind that Banjo-Kazooie used to be owned by Nintendo until Microsoft bought out Rare in the year 2002 for $375 million. So this happened at the 2018 Game Awards. All three frontmen of each company came together, basically said, enjoy the Game Awards. I know it may not seem like much, but later on we got Joker from this man's company, but poor Phil, who has expressed his want for Banjo and Smash, still hasn't seen his day. I think the presence of these three minds is enough to ensure that Banjo will see his day in the world of Smash. Also, I think it helps that Reggie is wearing a Super Smash Bros. Shirt right next to Shawn Layden and Phil Spencer. I mean, that just seems like symbolism at its finest. But what about Sony and their representatives? I have two in mind for who will make the cut, and the two representatives are Sora and Crash Bandicoot. Sora has always been a very popular character, and Kingdom Hearts 3 recently released on January 29th, 2019 on Xbox One and PS4. What's interesting about this is that Kingdom Hearts 3 has no presence on Nintendo Switch, so how is it possible to get Sora in Smash? The rule used to be that third-party characters had to have at least one game on a Nintendo console, but that rule was shattered once Cloud was announced. I could absolutely see another Square Enix representative repeat history, and once again, putting Sora in Smash would obviously be a brilliant marketing technique. Now Crash is an interesting choice, and here's why I think he has a really high chance of making it to the roster. Crash has already had games that have been on Nintendo consoles, such as the GameCube, Game Boy Advance, and Nintendo DS. Crash has always been a popular choice for a fighter. With Nintendo allowing the Crash N. Sane trilogy to be released on Switch, I think Crash has a very high chance for a roster contender. And with that, let's move on to the next topic. Now is the time we talk about Master Chief, and Master Chief is the perfect mix of a character who is wanted for real and is a complete meme. Unfortunately, Master Chief is very unlikely to get in due to the violence that surrounds his game. You may say, how does a character like Snake fit in then? Well, Snake was a character that was created very cleverly, in the sense that he could use other weapons other than guns. Master Chief doesn't exactly have this option. In fact, I think Nintendo might just be worried about getting in trouble from maybe parents or something. The game is rated E for everyone, to be fair. But I do think Nintendo might be lost in their own logic for a little bit. If you look at the Metal Gear series, there are way more games that are rated M than there are in the Halo series. Halo series actually has a few games that are rated in the E category. I just think Nintendo might be a little bit antsy on putting Master Chief in the game due to, you know, restrictions, parent complaints, just anything that might get them in trouble. I think it would be hilarious if Master Chief got to Smash, but it's obvious that he's not the only character who would suffer from restrictions if he did get in. Plus, you can't have Scorpion without this shit. This is f***ing awesome.
Fatality. Scorpion wins.
Now I want to talk about Shantae. The reason being is that she's a highly requested character, but is her character model holding her back? The answer? Not at all. Nintendo seems to not give a shit about character models. Zero Suit Samus has two very revealing costumes that have made it into 2 entries, by the way. And Bayonetta? Well...
Now it's time to be naughty.
When it comes to this, Nintendo does not give a shit. My biggest fear for Shantae is that she's an indie character, and Sakurai seems to give indie characters the shaft. I think I understand Nintendo's philosophy. Guns and other violent stuff? Flashy character models? Now, let's move on to our final topic. It's interesting when Nintendo acknowledges a character you've always wanted, but disappointing when they're given the role of a trophy, assist trophy, or a spirit. But let's talk about it. Can spirits become playable characters? Can assist trophies become playable characters? If you were like me, then you probably believed the Grinch leak, to see characters like Mach Rider, Banjo-Kazooie, Isaac, Geno, and others. It was an amazing sight to see, but a horrible sight when the leak was fake, and to see a divide between these characters getting the assist trophy treatment, the spirits treatment, or maybe even both. Man, did that suck. But not all hope is lost. Here's why spirits have a chance. Spirits are like the Echo Fighters of trophies. just with a bit of a different purpose. Lucas is a perfect example where in Smash 4, Lucas wasn't a playable character, but he had a trophy for himself. Lo and behold, Lucas is revealed as a playable DLC fighter, and he even received another 2 trophies if you beat Classic and All-Star with him. Spirits are the exact same way, where even if a certain character already has a spirit, then if they get in, they'll probably just receive another one like all the other playable characters. Geno and Shantae seem more likely to make the cut, due to the fact that they are highly requested characters. But Professor Ultimate, Waluigi, Isaac, Ashley, and many others are spirits, so shouldn't they make the roster? Well, unfortunately, they're also assist trophies. This is controversial, I know, but I think assist trophies actually have no way of making it as playable fighters. I feel like assist trophies are Sakurai's way of saying, you're good, but definitely not good enough to make the cut. It doesn't make sense when there's already been development towards an assist trophy, only to later on, most likely, remove the assist trophy just to make it a playable character. We have to take into consideration that not everybody will buy the DLC. And believe me, I would love it if an assist trophy character got in, like Waluigi, Isaac, Bomberman, but I think the probability is basically impossible. Well, that just about does it for this video. Thank you so much for listening, and let me know in the comments who you want to make it as DLC.